we are here with?
My name is Wyatt Trost. I represent The Forge in Chowchilla, California. I'm a small.
What is The Forge?
The Forge is a small games hobby shop. I do video games, board games, hobby games like Warhammer, and also card games are very, very popular in Chowchilla.
They're popular everywhere.
Yes, yes. The most popular is Magic, and
Well, Magic's kind of taken the staple for everything.
Yeah, it is.
So if you take Magic out of your equation, what would you say is the next popular card game? Because that's where it's all different.
The next popular card game, Dragon Ball Z is on the rise.
Wow, Dragon Ball Z is dead in Modesto.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that predominant as like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah, after Dragon Ball Z, and I have to say Pokemon. Pokemon's really, really popular with the kids. They see Pokemon, they go nuts.
It's a starter code now.
Yeah.
What about what's that called? The Warhammer card game.
The Warhammer card game, it's getting some traction. Warhammer's really been picking up. Magic's been slowing down a little bit in between the last set and this new set. And I've noticed that people have been drawn towards the miniature game.
Do you think it's because it's not as broken as bad as, like, let's say Magic?
Yeah.
Because Magic, it's like every single recipe in existence put on the web, and there's no original thinking anymore.
Yeah, you could say that.
Because if you've been in the game a while, you kind of see these patterns that they create these games, and then they've been regurgitating old engines.
Yep.
And not doing nothing new with them.
Yeah.
And they're not staying that long neither.
And Wizards doesn't seem to be too concerned with the small businesses anymore.
So is it Wizard or Hasbro?
Wizards.
Because Hasbro is owned by Wizards is owned by Hasbro.
So it could be Hasbro. I don't know.
Yeah. Because they're non-carrying, even with their D&D license, kind of. You notice they kind of solidified it more to a Magic style role-playing game than a classic role-playing game.
I started with 5th edition, so I don't really have any
I started
context.
with 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that, what was it, 3.5 was everybody's favorite?
Yeah, that became Pathfinder, which became 3.8 is what it's known as.
Yeah, I haven't played Pathfinder. I've always wanted to.
I've always found it to be a power system, and it puts too much power in the hands of the players and not enough scare into them. Because when you're bigger than the monsters real fast, what fun is playing when you don't have no fear of death?
Yeah, there's no consequence.
Yeah, and especially since a lot of role-playing game groups now write death out of the equation through politics. You don't kill my character when my turn to game master. I won't kill yours. So, what is your best-selling game overall right now?
My best-selling game, it would have to be a tie between Warhammer and Magic.
Which version of Warhammer? Because remember, there's 2 versions of Warhammer.
Right now, 40K. But pretty soon, I feel like it's going to be Age of Sigmar, because I just started up a league for 40K, and it's coming to conclusion, and everybody wants to jump on the Age of Sigmar train. Everybody's really excited about it.
Yeah, Modesto has the Warhammer store, so we have both leagues running simultaneously. So you can't stop, play one league, then move to the other league. You got to either play one or the other. You got to play one side of the buffet or the other side.
Yeah. Well, in Chowchilla, I've got kind of a small crowd. I've been trying to get people in, and it's been growing very, very slowly and gradually. So we started the league up to help people get started with it and get into the game. And once the crowd grows big enough, we can start doing more things.
So what is in Warhammer? What is your dominant armies that people play? You know, because there's always ones you see. Like in Modesto for a while, it was Tau and Tyranids.
I have
Necrons.
I have Tau. I have Tyranids. I have Necrons. I have Chaos.
But if you have one particular army, which do you see the most flavor of?
The one I see the most of would probably be Chaos.
Wow.
I have the most Chaos players.
Modesto has very little Chaos players because I'm basically the only one.
Yeah. Wow. I do also have regular Space Marines and Grey Knights.
So it's regular Space Marines. It's kind of hard to say because regular Space Marines have different flavors.
Ultramarine.
Ultramarine, the blue guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's also some Space Wolves as well.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's because of the newness of the models right now.
Yeah. I know
everyone knows that ooh and ah when they actually had their codex release. There's no new models released, so it's kind of like a letdown.
Yeah.
So, what is your most busiest day of the week then there?
It would be Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Because I have events going on Saturday and Sunday. I do VR, and I also do video game tournaments as well. And Tuesday is Warhammer Day. It's really big. It's not the only day that we do Warhammer, but it is the day that most people have time to show up when in my league.
Because everyone can set their calendars for one day as long as they know what day it is.
Yeah, and it's also when my rules director, the guy that knows everything about the game, shows up.
Your living codex.
Yeah, he shows up on that day, so that's when everybody else likes to show up.
Well, any last words of what you would say for people who want to join into Warhammer before we sign off?
Warhammer, it is a great way to build your artistic ability, and it is a very fun game to play. If you have a couple hours to knock back, you'll have a lot of fun.
Thank you.